On today's show, I almost don't even have enough time with you guys. I know you all want us to go more than an hour. We might do it today. I'm just saying, Belly, if there's going to be a day for it, it's today, because I've got custom foot pads from Jeff White. I've got Soren Curry with the 2X system, literally claiming that this will alleviate nosedives. I'm not saying altogether, but like you might never nosedive again. And so you really might want to listen to this segment. It's coming up in the second round. The first round, we'll do weekly one-wheel challenges. I got a whole bunch of stuff for you today. Just strap it on from TTR Studios. It's time for the voice of Onewheel.
Dog in the morning.
Welcome back, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us again. Channel TTR Studios on YouTube. Every Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern, right here in the morning, we are waking up with you and talking one wheels. And we love doing it. So thank you guys for hanging out with us again. Belly Matt LaBelle joins us, producer extraordinaire, and of course, co-host of the show. How are you, bud?
Great to be here as always. Fantastic. Ready for some challenge stuff.
So, yeah, this has been really neat. It's something that we're adding to the show. Of course, we're going to talk about Jeff White's foot pads that are custom made. I got a whole week of riding in on them, and I am excited to talk to you guys about them. I've got pros, I've got cons, I got everything. So if you're interested at all about a custom-made back foot pad, either concave or extended, whatever it is, he can do it all. And I will tell you how mine rides. I will also have Soren Curry on, the creator of the 2X system, which is basically double the battery power for your one wheel plus, turning it into an XR if you'd like to. So really a lot of information today. I hope you guys came with your thinking caps on. We are in the social media lounge serving carrots and kale, brain food. You need to think today.
Oh, interesting. Very cool. Maybe some fish too.
Anything going on? Hello, welcome to the social media lounge.
Yes, and welcome to the social media lounge. Hello, Sean Nelson, One Wheel, Rich Jones, Rebecca Randolph, Chong Lee.
Look at that. Within 4
Sean
minutes, they're
Nelson.
just appointment viewing.
Boom,
and I
boom,
love it.
boom.
Thank
Adam
you
Hilliker,
guys.
boom.
Magic Robots, shout out to them. And everybody else who's going to listen later on, thank you for making the time. Let's get straight to the show. I want to get to these challenges. It was really fun.
What was the challenge this week, Lutz? Let's refresh the peeps.
Well, you know, it's a sex change / body varial. Basically, it's jumping off of your one wheel. The one wheel just stays there, but you do a 180 spin in the air. It's basically like my 360 jump spin that I did on the dance floor on New Year's Eve that made the girl literally look at me cockeyed and say, yeah, and walk away. Except it's cool on a one wheel.
Mm-hmm.
When you do it on a dance floor, it's not cool. Do not do the jump spin on the dance floor. I knew you didn't hear me the first time because you would have been all over me. But the 360 jump spin on the dance floor is bad news.
Hey, if you're willing to go out and dance, and I think we're actually going to, spoiler alert, talk about dancing tomorrow on Luch Dog in the Morning. I think we talked about doing that.
Is that news to me?
No, remember we did talk about this last week. I have it written down.
Tease it.
We were talking about how you've gone to a lot of weddings lately.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of the grooms aren't dancers.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Like, they don't want to dance. And it's a lot of brides are like, yeah, so my husband doesn't really dance too much. So we're going to have these, like, they have 2 songs specifically throughout the night that they dance to, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's very common.
That's the only
a lot of guys don't want to dance at their own wedding. And you know what? That's probably what I would do. If I was getting married, I don't like to dance. Anyway.
Show that spin move. Do a 360 degrees.
Well, if I had my one wheel, it would make sense. It would look so badass. Everybody would be like, whoa. And that's what I'll show you guys.
This is how he gets married to the one wheel, folks.
Yeah, I need a one wheel. I need a one wheeling lady. That's what I need, a lady who one wheels. So here's the deal. You're going to jump off your board. You're going to spin in the air 180 degrees, and you're going to land it, which means now you're going goofy or whatever. You're going switch for however you were originally riding. So it took a little bit to get. It took me about 50 jumps. I had never even tried it before. I've never done anything where I'm jumping off of the board, which I'm really grateful for these challenges. I really enjoy this because you guys are giving me some ideas of new things to put out there each week. And it's getting me out of my comfort zone. So if you haven't done it, just head over to the Facebook group, Weekly One Wheel Challenges. Check out, we're going to have new stuff each week. I've already got one to unveil for you, but let's not waste any more time. Let's go over and show the people. I made a video of just basically all the submissions. So this is not only a lot more smooth, but it's a lot easier for Belly to do. Let's just take a look. We'll watch all of the submissions come in, and then we will pick our winner after this. So if you're on the podcast, just enjoy the tunes. Here we go.
Oh, Belly! Oh, and he's down!
So thank you guys so much for putting those submissions in. That was a lot of fun going through and just taking a look. I mean, we've got the whole globe is represented there from different countries, different continents. It's very nice. So thank you guys all for your submissions. However, in that video, you will see one is missing if you know the thread, and that is our winner. I did not put the winner in there. Now, there's a lot of good stuff in there, and I want to say that this is very subjective, obviously, who we're picking as a winner. But I wanted to highlight this video because this is a perfect example of how I would teach somebody how to play the drums, how I would teach somebody to play the guitar, how I would teach somebody to do anything new, how I would teach somebody to do a new trick. And it shows that you can't just get on there and hammer out something wrong 1,000 times and then expect for it to be better 1,001. Right? If you're just hammering a trick the wrong way and you're just consistently hammering it the wrong way, you're only teaching yourself bad muscle memory. So slow down. What I teach all my drum students, slow down a second, time out. Do it a couple tries. After 20 jumps and you don't get it, take a step off the board. Maybe just stand in the grass and try to do the 180 jump spin and get your feet to land in the same spots in the grass, right? Take yourself away from the situation. I tell my drum students when they're trying to get, if they're trying to get this beat, boom, 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 but they can't get it. I'm like, dude, slow it down. Give your brain some room to work. Boom, boom, and then let's get back up to speed.
That's how we were doing it yesterday when it came to when I was doing it. Like, we did a couple
of
dry runs.
I'm so proud of you.
And I did get a little closer. I am fine after that fall. It was, just a little tumble.
You actually said your back feels better.
My back feels better now than so the one wheel is my chiropractor right now. I wonder if that's for.
I'm sorry, I piped something into his ear. Yeah. I wanted him to say, "Has that ever happened to you, Social Media Lounge? Have you ever fallen and felt better?" I've had that happen to me.
Ear in.
Oh, you don't even have your ear in. All right.
I don't have it in.
That's okay. Well, yeah, that's happened to me before, where I've fallen on a side and it cracked and I felt better. Like my shoulder cracked and I was like, "Oh, that actually." Ooh.
Yeah. Now I got some full range.
Yeah. So Belly is okay, but I'm proud of you for doing that.
And I did get a little closer than the video shows. And Adam Hilliker would like to point out he also landed it.
He did land it
at the end of his video.
Yes, he did.
Landed it.
Good.
We didn't get to that part. But
did I miss it? I went to the end of it.
Yeah, it's towards the end.
I'm sorry, robots, dude. I know you would kill. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave that out.
He was in the trailer though for.
I was enjoying his effort.
He did 100 million tries at what it felt like, but that's the way you want to do it.
Well, it would feel like he was just trying to do what I was saying not to do, which is just the wrong way. But if you notice it
in the video we just showed,
if you go back to 44 seconds in the video, you don't have to do it right now, but if you just go back and look in the video, he actually gets off of the board and then he tries to put his feet back in the same place. And I mean, here, you want to show it to him? They got 44 seconds. There it is. See how he's off the board? Oh, wow. I think we just went past it. There you go. Right there. That's fine. 40. Yeah. So he's just trying. Now he's off the board and he's drilling it. All right. And so that looks quick. But, you know, that's how you need to do it. So let's go to our winner, who I think is a very good example of doing this, because this person, their name is Once Year on the thread. I don't know who this is. The name is Once Year. So go ahead and switch over to them and we'll talk over this, because I was enjoying seeing this person just fall, not get it. Well, basically not fall, fail. There's a bunch of fails. And then what you'll notice is, you can see he's just in a baseball field. He's trying. Maybe throw some wrist guards on, you know, but hey, it's up to each his own. I just want you guys to stay safe. But get that out of here. Get out of here. We'll do that second segment, Soren. I can't wait. All right, so he's sitting here trying and he's not getting it, right? Mm-hmm. But what you're going to notice here is he's going to realize, all right, dude, I got to slow this down. Time out. Let me just put my board on the ground, not even on, and just try getting the jump down without even having it self-leveled. It's off. It's in its off position, and he's just switching his feet. He's jumping up 180, switching his feet, and now look what happens. Bam, nailed it. Next one. Bam, nailed it. Let's do it again. Bam, nailed it. Okay? So that's what I wanted to show you guys, is that this, I'm highlighting this week as our winner for the reason of the dedication to getting the trick right, and also showing that it's really helpful to slow down a second if you're not getting it and figure out why. Diagnose your own swing is what a golf coach used to tell my buddy. This is a weird quick sidebar, but like one of my best friends, he can hit a golf ball like 450 yards. It's insane. He was a college baseball player. He just rakes a golf ball. Hits it like 450 yards. If you don't play golf, that's further than any, like he can hit it further than any pro. And so I was like, dude, let me be your manager. It was like back in the Entourage days. I was like, I'll be your manager and let's get you onto like the ESPN long drive tournament. Guess what we did? We got him out to the world championships. Like, it was awesome. It was a year of golf and I got him a coach and everything. And the coach used to always tell him, hey man, like don't just sit here and practice the wrong thing over and over. Like, be your own coach. You're smart enough to know what you're doing. And if something's not working out, then figure out why. Take a step back, take a deep breath before you lose all of your gumption. You just get frustrated and then you fall and you hurt yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
That's just the one thing I did want to say today. It was really cool. So Once Year, congratulations, sir. Holy moly. Very nice. And all of the submissions that came in, awesome. Did you guys see Chris Richardson's like 180 shove it with a body varial?
Yeah.
Can you show that one more time? I think that's worth it.
They were talking about that in the...
Yeah. Do we have that up? Can we do that one more time?
Sure.
Is it too late? Yeah, because I think that's worth
never
seeing.
too late. It's never too late.
It's so worth seeing. If you're on the podcast, numbers are blowing up for the podcast. So thank you guys. If you want to see this stuff visually, it's over on YouTube. The channel is TTR Studios. But just so you know what's going on, we're talking about basically, I love this Kyle Taylor. He did a body varial and then did a 180. And we're going to show Chris Richardson here. He's going to do a board, like he flips the board on a 180 as he also does a body varial. So body varial, the board is supposed to stay there. But he flipped the board also. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's awesome. So the board basically, well, I shouldn't say flip. That feels like a kick flip. He spun the board in 180 degrees, so the back sensor is now in the front, while also doing a body varial. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. So Chris Richardson, very nicely done. Land Pirate, I was trying to come after you there, Kyle Taylor. I don't know if you noticed in my second one, I really wanted that sex change /180. I didn't get it as clean as him, though. He's so good. Kyle Taylor's so smooth.
Some of those guys are silky smooth when it comes to landing these stuff. Like Chris Richardson, it's like music in the way that it just moves.
It's elegant.
Silky smooth.
It's almost like he's dancing.
Yeah, almost like he's dancing.
Theme of the day.
Yep.
Also dancing like a couple, Onewheel couple of the year, possibly at least nominated. The Peters, very nicely done on their submissions.
They did
so
some
really,
great
just
job.
Everybody who did that, awesome job. Let's just talk safety for like 5 minutes, and I'm not gonna be mom. But
okay, Dad. I'll be mom, I guess. Sweetie, what I'm gonna need from you I'm going to need you to make sure you're wearing your helmet.
No.
Make sure that you're wearing your elbow pads.
No.
Also, we're driving in the car. Put on your seatbelt.
Put on your bubble wrap. Listen, we're being silly, but
yes,
something serious did come up. And so let's just...
Also, One Woman, One Wheel would like to point out that she is One Wheel mom.
I know, right? She's already got that rolled down. So One Woman, One Wheel, I appreciate that. She's got the orange wedges waiting on the sidelines for us at halftime. God bless her. All right? But
juice up.
Let's put the funny aside for just a second. You know me. I'm going to try to laugh at anything I can. But this next little issue that I'd like to talk about was something that came across the One Wheel groups. We like to do a little quick segment on who's saying what. And basically this is, you know what, I'm going to leave his name out of it. If we could just scroll down just a tad. And Belly is going to, you know, we don't even have to show this. Don't even show it.
Okay.
Belly, can you read? This is a picture of a guy who is basically in a neck brace. He's laying in a hospital bed.
I'm sure most of you have seen it.
You've probably seen it if you're on the Facebook groups. And he's throwing the thumbs up and the pinky. Like, I'm good, like the hang 10. Belly, can you read this? We're a little bit up against the time, so let's go faster than slower. But can you read this for us through his words?
Wear a helmet. I love my One Wheel XR, and I have just gotten over 100 miles on it. Feeling really comfortable, and I'm trying to break the top speed. But I nosedived at 22 miles an hour with no helmet. I have no recollection of the fall, but was found wandering around, bloodied and no shirt on. Major concussion with a minor brain bleed. 3 CT scans, 1 night in the ICU, 8 stitches to my face, and a bunch of road rash. I can't wait to get back on, but I will definitely be wearing a helmet.
I just want to point out that, first of all, we hope you get better, man. Chris, good, good. I hope you get better, dude. And I love your attitude. Mm-hmm. I really do. I want to start off by saying I love this dude's attitude. It's awesome. The dude is in the ICU unit, has a minor brain bleed, and he's throwing the hang 10s. I can't wait to get back on. Look, that's awesome. It's also, this is kind of my nightmare, dude. This is how we get, like, we need, God, I'm terrified that someone's going to die on this board.
Well, they have the warning now.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Do you realize if somebody, look, this is serious stuff, guys. And I know that it's a fun thing, and you see us all out here throwing body burials, and you see McCosker on the Float Life channel. Go check his channel out, the Float Life on YouTube. It's amazing. I think they just hit 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations to them. We would like to get there too, so feel free to subscribe on our page so we can start monetizing. That would be great. However, really good job on their part, and it's because they throw out awesome edits. Like, Jeff has amazing videos, and I'm sure every one wheel rider has seen Jeff or Bodie or Chris or Andrew Stroh or any rider really who's throwing cool shit. But guess what? They're not at 100 miles.
No.
They're not at 100 miles. This guy's got 100 miles in, and he's trying to send it and break the top speed record. Number one, I wish Future Motion would get that top speed record off. No leaderboards for speed. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, but if you're going to push those limits, you should know it's all about safety, wearing something.
And wearing a helmet.
The likelihood of your crash rate, the higher speed you go, the more likely you are to crash.
So let's talk more about
that. It's like a motorcycle or anything else, a car. You're more likely to lose control.
It's a perfect segue into the next segment because the creator of the 2X system, Soren Curry, has made something for your One Wheel Plus that will make it basically twice as powerful, which will alleviate you nosediving at the level you typically would. It will push that level way further, so you might never nosedive again based on electrical error. That's a really ridiculous thought in my mind. I can't wait to learn a little bit more about this with you guys. We'll have Soren on next. Don't you dare go anywhere. Social Media Lounge, you're looking good today. We'll see you next.
Oh, yeah,
the voice of One Wheel from TTR Studios.
It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2000 888-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Luch.
Welcome back, folks. That's Soren Curry right there in your top right corner. Oh, there he goes. What happened? You lose him?
I don't know what happened.
Belly.
He's still there.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
There he is. Soren, welcome to the show, man. What's going on, dude?
Hey, man. What's up, Luch?
Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you out there in Silicon Valley. This guy worked on robots for 20 years. He's worked on space shuttles. He's been to Mars. He's been to Pluto. I mean, it's not even a planet anymore. He's the one who discovered that. So welcome to the show, Soren. How are you this morning, man?
Pretty good, man. It's
You're calling him the Magellan of space.
Yes.
Awake.
So thanks. Talk to us about
nice shirt there. I didn't realize it was a formal event.
Oh, I had to dress up for you. Absolutely. I'm wearing my tuxedo t-shirt. So welcome to the show. Cool. Thanks for getting us up, getting up early out there on the West Coast for us. Talk to us about the 2X system. You created this, but tell us a little bit of a background on yourself. Like why, where do you have this knowledge from?
You guys talking about these wiping out and having some serious injuries. And, I'm kind of a veteran of that war. Wiped out, nosedived several times and ended up in the hospital and came out with a much more serious attitude about it. And I was already working on making my Onewheel go further, and I realized that I could give it. I realized the connection between the power and the nosediving, and the battery and the nosediving, and then I proved it out to myself in my lab here, and now my battery solution that was going to make my board go further is also going to keep me from wiping out.
Tell me about your lab there. You said you have a lab there. I mean, I'm joking that you went to Pluto and all, but I mean, can you give us some background on how you got into this stuff? What is that? What are we looking at?
What are we looking at? What can you see there? Oh, yeah, there's an oscilloscope. This is lab equipment, I have all kinds of electronic lab equipment and a soldering station.
So it's safe to say you know what you're doing with this stuff.
Yeah, I've been engineering for 20 years and building specs continuously. I've designed hundreds of consumer and industrial products.
What's the most complicated thing you've ever made that you can tell us about in 30 seconds?
Okay, just jumping to something that pops into my head is a board that is a tornado predictor, which is in geostationary orbit. And it watches lightning storms from space with an ultraviolet camera to look through cloud cover in order to count lightning and then predict tornadoes. Kind of complicated.
Wow. Okay. So no big deal. All right. We got it. All right. So now you're applying this.
But back to the Onewheels.
Yeah. No. I just want people to know you're bona fide so that they realize that you're not just some guy with an idea. I mean,
I'm like an electrical engineer that's been skipping around Silicon Valley and all kinds of industries for 20 years doing fascinating things the entire time.
So with that being said, you have your Onewheel Plus, and from what I got from our pre-show meeting, basically you experienced a nosedive that you were pretty sure was because of certain situations that you were then able to mimic in your lab and test. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, I noticed the connections, the patterns with everything people say on the forums about their nosedives and the situations that led to them, and I noticed that those situations, the patterns, they correspond perfectly to the same kind of situation that leads a battery not to be able to source or to maintain a voltage.
Now, hold on. Before we get any further, because this is something that's new to me.
All technical.
No, you're good. You're good. But something I had to remember is that basically the voltage is the amount of output that it's giving, right? So you might have like 50% of power left, but you still need to have the same amount of voltage to go out. And as your battery gets lower, it's tough for that voltage to continue to be at the same rate that it was when it was like 85% full. So with that being said, there's a threshold basically. And if you're going uphill into the wind and at an increased speed, at some point that motor is going to cut off because the battery can't send out enough voltage. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's not clear what is the mechanism for it shutting off, but there is a sudden shutoff that happens when the voltage dips below a certain value. This is what I've reproduced in my lab.
And you've been able to reproduce that many times, right?
Yeah, well, not enough times, but enough times to convince myself. It's definitely a sudden shutoff, though. and we're not talking about a gradual shutoff.
Okay.
It's such that if you do take measures to keep the voltage from doing that, it won't shut off.
Okay. So how do you fix this? How did you fix this?
Batteries. Anybody with experience with batteries knows that the more that you draw current out of them, the harder they are to keep their voltage up. What I did with my 2X is I gave basically for every battery my Onewheel had, I another battery in parallel with it, and that means they're both contributing to that current. And now it can make twice as much current if it needs to. And the voltage, it's basically in casual mode. It's not being tortured all the time. And so those battery cells are happy to maintain their voltage because they're not being tortured constantly.
When you say tortured, what does that mean? Like, is that being overused? I guess what I mean is
in the original Onewheel battery, every cell is responsible for the entire current. And that's a lot of current for one cell to source, and so it has trouble maintaining its voltage. And now with the 2X, every cell has a little brother there to help them, and they only have to do half the work. So they don't have a maintaining their voltage. And the thing has a much more stable voltage. You can see it on the scope, and no one's ever nosedived on a 2X.
All right, now hold on. You said that on the phone, and I was like, you need to be careful when you say that on the show. No one's ever nosedived on a 2X. You want to clarify or back that up or double down?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can back it up. It's true, but I don't know that it's not possible. I'm sure that you could push it too hard, even still. There's always a limit.
It's just that the likelihood of the battery is
the likelihood of it cutting off is now 50% less, right?
Yeah,
You've got twice as much power to apply towards maintaining that voltage. So even when you get down to a lower level of your battery, well, I guess how does that work?
That's a good way to think about it. Yeah.
So how does that work? I'm guessing are you getting twice the range?
We get more than twice the range.
What?
Of the original Onewheel, because our batteries the battery cells. I did so much research with batteries. With battery, the quality matters so much.
Yeah.
So I wanted to find the best battery I could, and I went to every factory that makes lithium iron phosphate batteries that I could find in the entire Earth. And I checked their batteries, probably like 35, 40 different manufacturers. And the best possible ones are the ones in the 2X. And they're better than the ones that came with the Onewheel. So, and there's twice as many of them.
Now,
so it goes,
Now, when it comes to, is it just for the Plus, or does this go on the XR as well?
No, it can't go on the XR.
Can't go on the XR.
That one. Different chemistry.
Got it.
Stay tuned on that one. But
okay.
This will work with old Onewheels or Onewheel Pluses.
What else is going on in the social media lounge? Do they have any questions for them?
They were talking about maybe going over a little bit of some installation tips and things like that.
Well, because that's a good point. Thank you, social media lounge.
Let me go over what it is.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, so 2X, here's the 2X right here. A board with 2X installed. It's got these packs under here. It's basically a battery pack set. And made to be put into a Onewheel Plus, and it needs to be installed. And we have a detailed installation video that you can follow. It's kind of a weird product because you never get an installation video this detailed with any product I've ever seen. But
you have to kind of know something about installation to do this. You kind of can't be afraid of a screwdriver.
That's right. You can't be afraid of a screwdriver. It's well put. And when you get it installed, it's really satisfying. You get on your board, and you basically have an XR you made out of your Plus. It'll go 13 to almost 20 miles range of them.
This kind of now the social media lounge is asking: does it fully eliminate, or is it eliminating the surges in the Plus?
The surges. Does it take care of the surges? Because we know if you're not knowing what we're talking about, obviously.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
I have experienced surges with some of mine and not with others. So I can't say it eliminates surges, but every one of the people who's installed it has said they've noticed immediately the boost in power, the more confidence going up hills, etc.
So do you think it will increase the we've been talking about speed a little bit. It probably will increase your threshold to go a little bit faster, which makes me nervous.
It does, yeah.
Because I know, but I'm guessing you can go faster with this, right?
Yeah, yeah. People get top speed is 1 or 2 miles an hour faster. Yeah.
Now, some of them in the social media lounge are wondering how it compares to the XR.
It's very, very comparable to the XR.
But it's not. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it's just so close that it's hard to say which one. What you can say though, about the lithium iron phosphate batteries versus NMC batteries that they use in the XR is they last longer. They're going to live longer. After a year, you're not going to degrade as much. Yeah.
I'm wondering. So I'm getting more range. I can go a little bit faster. What have you noticed? Like, I guess 18 miles. Now, see, I don't like speaking speed because that's when like weight and wind and stuff comes in. But if a 150-pound rider can typically go 18 to 20 miles an hour comfortably, is it safe to say if they have a 2X, it could probably go 23 to 25 comfortably? Or is it just stay the same speed? You just pretty much have way more capacity to throw towards the board so that you won't nosedive for electrical cutoff.
Those numbers seem a little high for me. Like I feel like the Plus doesn't really go over 20 unless you're going downhill.
Shouldn't be. I don't think it should be. Yeah.
Right. And so it makes it so like when you're going uphill, when the Plus like throttle you back because it didn't have the power. Now you're going definitely at the same speed you were going on the flat ground because the batteries have the juice.
So I got two questions here from the social media lounge. One is probably like a yes or no. Would it ship overseas because of the battery?
Yeah, that's a question I get a lot. You can ship it overseas using a service called Stackery, and you should read about it on our frequently asked questions page on our webpage. We contacted them, and they're happy to ship forward things to people overseas, even though they're lithium batteries.
How does it affect the shapings, man? Does it make any difference there?
The shapings, like
Delirium Mission, yeah. Will it make Mission a little bit more badass?
Different. Like the board functions as like at the Plus. You use the same charger, right at the same in all the same conditions, and there's no new plug or charger to plug in. You just the modes work the same as ever. Get out of here, cat.
We got a cat on the screen. Now, what's the question about pushback? What's going on in the social media?
Just how is there like an effect on any pushback?
Am I still going to feel pushback?
Feeling the pushback at like 15 miles an hour?
The pushback happens. See, the people are reporting that it happens a little later.
That would make sense.
And I don't. Does it? I don't quite.
Well, no. I'm assuming that with your system, it would come in a little. I think that's the question. If we're giving it a little bit more of a threshold of power, does pushback?
People are reporting that they're not pushing back until later, till faster speed.
Interesting. But they can still trust it.
Yeah, it definitely makes you trust your board a lot more. I totally did not trust my board after I wiped out.
I mean, I do, but the thing is,
now I've learned to trust it again.
I ride completely within my limits, and I still have all kinds of bruises and crap against my elbows. And
I mean, I wiped out. It's my fault
all the time. Right? My fault. Yeah, I fall. I bail. I try new things.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but I think I might want to nerd out with you here for a second because you're somebody I think who will get what I'm about to say, which is. You have to think like your board. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I think to be smart and to be safe on this, you really need to think like your board. You need to be in tune with your board. And I know there are people in the social media lounge right now that are with me that when you think to yourself, man, I bet I'm around 50% battery, like that thing goes off in your ear. It's like within a minute, like you're bored. And so it really makes a lot of people frustrated seeing that picture of the guy in the hospital bed who's only 100 miles in. And he's got no helmet on, and he's just mowing through trying to see how fast the thing can go. It makes me wonder, Soren, if we had no speed limits, do you think people would just be driving around at as fast as possible the motor of the car can take them, 130 miles an hour, just testing to see how fast it can go before it, explodes or redlines? Like, why is it with this one wheel, people are just trying to see how fast it can possibly go before dying?
Yeah, I don't know, man. They shouldn't be doing that.
They should not be doing that, and I don't want to sound like mom. I already said I don't want to be mom.
Let's not break our bones, people. It's really not cool. Yeah.
I don't want it to be regulated out of use. I'm terrified that that's going to happen. I want people to be safe.
God, you got a good point. Yeah.
I mean, do you ever think about that?
I mean, often, hardly ever, but it's a good point.
So just be careful, guys. Ride within your board. But what I will say is this will probably up your range. So you're going to have to relearn it.
It ups the range like madly. Yeah.
How far can I go?
How much do you weigh?
Oh, okay. I am 160 pounds soaking wet.
And you like your tire real soft?
I'm about 20 pounds, say 20 psi.
You'll get on it with the 2X on any plus you can find. Use one, throw it on a plus. You'll get at least 14, 15 miles, maybe even 17, 18.
Okay, I've never ridden my XR one full charge, so that's plenty. I can tell you right now, that's plenty for me.
I think that's about the same as an XR.
Yeah.
Although I haven't had an XR yet.
So Belly's going to pull up the website. Where can people find this for you?
Oh yeah, it's our website is TWO-X 2X. There's dash in it.
2x.com. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. And we have a little forum, a Facebook forum that you should join, and you can see all the people, talking about their installation and everything like that. And we have some testimonials up on the site. We got to update the picture on the site. We've got a new version of the housings under there that are smaller, more out of the way. One of the misconceptions people have when they see the pictures is they feel like it's going to interfere with things, but it just doesn't. And you got to read the testimonials with it. But it's been going great, this launch, and everyone who has had one loved it. And I'm just super happy to be bringing it out to everyone else, not being the only one who has it still.
We're really grateful for you. So tell us about the price. Belly's going to show you. Make the screen. Take a deep breath, Belly. Jesus Christ.
Throwing this stuff at me.
Oh, my God. All right. Let's show the people. Get him off of there. Click off that box. I will tell you, he's so mad at me right now.
If you wanted me to do it in pre-show, I would have been able.
You got to be able to go with the flow, man. I didn't know it was going to come up. I want to show the people the website. But here we are on the website. Go. I'm sorry. I love you. If anybody could see on the back end, Belly was freaking out for about 3 minutes, just clicking mad and furiously. This is really cool. This is 2x.com where you can find it. How much does this cost? I know everybody's wondering. How much does it cost?
It's $475.
So that is, as the picture says, way less than an XR. Okay, that's true.
Well, yeah,
it's a lot of money to spend. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, not compared to a one wheel.
However, not compared.
We're talking about that.
This is a serious, major, profoundly performance you're gonna get out of it. It's not just some little one add-on. It's a deal.
It's a big deal. I don't know. Did you answer the flight? Can I fly with this?
I did. You got to read the FAQ page.
Yeah,
it addresses that.
Okay, so read the FAQ page on there, and Belly is right there. He shows you where it is. That's awesome. Thank you, Belly. Very good job as always. I know you're killing it. I'm just pretty much blowing him right now because he's mad at me.
Does anyone have more questions or anything?
What's else in the social media lounge? Anything else for him before we let him go? Soren, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate you doing this for us because really it opened my eyes. I said it's a lot of money, but look, man, I'm pretty sure it's worth it. I think it's worth it if it's going to do what he says, because you're I don't even ride my Plus anymore. I like my XR so much because of the extra power to it, the extra range. I don't even think about battery. The battery on the Plus is so minuscule compared to what I've been riding with the XR.
It's not even cool how the battery on the Plus. This will make any Plus relevant. I think all Pluses should have one of these. If you have an XR because you had a Plus and you got an XR, get this for your Plus. Then your friends can go with you and you'll keep up.
That's a really good point.
I think all Pluses should have this and be relevant again.
Yeah, it makes sense. Why not make the Plus as good as it can be and ride it for another 10,000 miles?
Right. Oh, that's the last question. Good point. How long does it take to charge up the 2X so that I know that?
It takes about twice as long as it takes to charge your Plus, because it's got twice as much juice in it, more than twice as much by a little bit.
Soren Curry, the creator of the 2X system, 2-x.com. That's TWO-X. Thank you for joining us, sir. We really appreciate you, man. He's out. He's out of here from Silicon Valley out there on the West Coast. That's awesome. All right, check that out, you guys. That is pretty neat. It's a couple of bucks, but I'll tell you what, if it's going to basically double my range, holy crap.
Yeah.
Give me more power. And I love what he said, Belly, about how every battery cell now has a mirrored like brother or sister that's going to add to the voltage. So now it's not working at 100% of its efficiency.
Of course, I see
only
this.
has to work at 50%.
Of course, I see this question now. Can you curb slide still?
Ooh, that's a good
Probably
question.
not.
Hit him up on Facebook, Soren Curry. I would imagine, yes, you can. I can answer that. Yes, you can. Because we were talking, he took a lot of time to figure out to make sure that you have the least amount of effect on how this rides. So you still have all the ground clearance that you would need to do a curb slide because it's not affecting. If you go to the video, it doesn't matter. But no, don't worry about it now.
Right before break.
Murder me. But it doesn't go up to the float plate. It's next to the wheel. It's not over the float plate. So you can still do as much clearance as the float plate will allow. So you're good to go. You can still do all the curb slides that you want to do. I'm excited to hear what you guys think about this, whether you like it, whether you're not. I think that's a pretty decent mod. So stay right here. When we get back, we will continue with this with Jeff White's custom foot pads. I've ridden around on them for a week. I can't wait to talk about it. So it's a jam-packed show. Belly's killing it, as per usual. We'll be back.
Or dying. I can't figure it out.
It's the voice of Onewheel.
Slowly dying.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow cook delicious melodies of taste and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Wester. Stop by today, or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com.
Don't forget Taco Tuesdays, buy one get one free all damn day.
Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Looch.
I want the 80s. Give me the 80s. Yeah. All right, let's do this thing. Welcome back, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us right here on the channel TTR Studios on YouTube. It's been a lot of fun. I told you needed to be thinking a little bit today. You needed a thinking cap. You needed your brain food. So thank you, Social Media Lounge. Great questions. You guys did a really good job there. I want to talk to you about Jeff White's custom foot pads, but remember, that is Soren Curry we just talked to, S-O-R-E-N, Soren Curry, with the 2X battery pack system. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. All right, so I am now a newfound lover of...
Congrats to you, sir.
Well, I mean, listen.
Newfound lover. Virginity gone.
I am. Oh, my V card is so gone. Long time ago. Once I met my newfound lady.
The Onewheel.
No. The concave foot pad to the Onewheel.
Oh.
Yeah. I love the concave pad. I can't do anything without it. I've been riding on a Cobra pad ever since we were kind enough to get one here at the studio. And I love it. I love it. I think the Cobra, so far, my order of foot pads. Look, when you have a concave pad, I've been talking about it forever, so I'm not going to continue to beat a dead horse on this. But the truth of the matter is, when you have a concave foot pad, you can now feel like you're in the board instead of on the board. I know now when I get on a pad, on a board that doesn't have one, I feel less stable. I feel way less confident than when I'm in a concave pad. See, I just naturally said in a concave pad, not on a concave pad. It feels like you're in the board, because your foot has something, it's got a little backstop to press against. So there's a couple of these that are coming out now. The Sure Stance Pro, or the, you got Pro Ride foot pads, which are concave on both ends, and they're surf pad feel, right? More foamy than grip tape. You've got the What else am I missing? You've got the One Tail and the One Tail Plus from Craft and Ride. I know a lot of people love that. That's extended, so it's even longer. You can have a wider stance, and it's concave.
Extended, wider stance.
Yeah,
Nice.
extended back pad, so it goes further. It goes past the board. It goes like 2.5 inches past the board, I think. I mean, I'm guessing.
Every inch matters.
Every now and then you just hit me with one of those. It just tickles my funny bone. It's fantastic.
Every single inch.
Believe me, I know. So, oh, we're mature. Let's do the custom foot pads from Jeff White, because what happened is I would rank them right now. The Cobra pad is my favorite. The Cobra pad has been my favorite. It's grip tape feel. It's got a concave feel to it that's fits my foot perfectly. I'm a 10.5 shoe, if that helps you, and I ride regular. So it's my right foot on the back pad. I do like that the Pro Ride pads give you an option for the front. I do like that, but I'm a grip tape guy, so nothing against them. I just would prefer grip tape instead of foamy. But if you're a surfer, you will love the Pro Ride pads, okay? I just don't want to get up here and just say, this pad's great, this pad's great, this pad's great. I'm just going to give you what I think is good and bad about all of them, okay? So, personally, no, I wasn't. The Pro Ride's not for me. It was exactly for Braxton Blue, our one of our producers. He loved it because he's more of a surfer. I'm more of a skate background, so okay, I want the grip tape. I like the Cobra pad. I think it feels the best, and I don't want an extension because I don't want to have to worry about clearance when I'm doing curb drops. I do a lot of things where I stall on my back pad. I kind of like, I don't even know what it's called. It's like if you were to go up a half pipe, put your back pad on the rail and come back down. I do a lot of stuff like that, and I just kind of worry that an extension would lose a little bit of clearance on what I do. I do a lot of half pipe stuff. So Jeff White hit me up and he said, hey man, I make these custom pads. And I was telling you guys, we had him on the show last week. He sent me one that is concave. It's made, he was like, what's your foot size? He asked me what size my foot was. It's 10.5. All right. And then he built it and it's out of birch wood. And when it got here, it's concave. It's the exact same size as the Onewheel, so it doesn't extend. He could have made it extended if he wanted to. I asked no thank you for that. Belly, when I put it on, I got a little bit nervous because it felt so natural. I felt like I almost have a new front runner. Like it's really rivaling the Cobra pad right now.
Okay.
And I can't almost tell which one I like better. I think it's like, here's
so
the difference.
Saying they are, how different are, yeah, I was going to say, like, what's the difference between the two? Like, where do you see the pluses? And
it's comparable to the comfort of a Cobra pad, okay? I think, personally, that it almost felt like I didn't notice the concave, but not in a bad way, in a way that it's like it was tailored perfectly for my foot. I noticed the specificity of it. Like, you could tell it was made for my foot. And that was weird. And I was like, is it concave? I was like, oh, wow, it is. It just feels really, really natural. And I think for me, personally, the only reason that I put it, like, the Cobra pad is still 1, but Jeff White's pad is like 1A. It's right up next to it. The only reason I would give the Cobra pad just a notch ahead is because it's a little bit more aggressive in the end, the back end of the concave. I really wanted I want to feel
something to catch your foot.
Yeah, I kind of wanted my foot. I like the way that it feels kind of nestled into the Cobra. But Jeff White's pad gives me all of the maneuverability, and it doesn't make me feel any less stable. It's just more subtle. It's more subtle. And I can't decide, man, I can't decide if I like that better or worse than the sturdiness that the Cobra pad feeling gives me. So it's right up there. I mean, I really, really like it. I really like it. And I'm kind of blown away at how subtle it feels to have on there. It's almost like you don't realize you're noticing it, but you get all the benefits of the concave confidence. Like you can maneuver with your back foot a whole lot easier than if it wasn't concave, but it doesn't feel like it's an aggressive incline.
So what you're saying is your new girlfriend's nice, but you like the old one better.
I might be looking to have a threesome. I think I found my 2 perfect ladies for a threesome is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, great.
I almost
Awesome.
like them equally as much. Like I won't deny it. Cobra Pad's been my favorite for sure.
Yeah.
But now there's this new girl in town, and I feel like I'm not a cheater, Belly. So now I have to either work on a polygamous relationship, or we just need to have a threesome.
Boom.
That's where I'm at. That's the honest truth. So hit up Jeff White if you would like to have a custom pad made for you. I think they start at like $140.
Hey, fun fact for you: once you're just joined the social media lounge.
Once you're just joined, oh well, go back and listen. Maybe you'll like to see what happened in the first
You may be surprised.
segment.
He doesn't believe. He doesn't believe me when I told him he won.
Congratulations, Once Year. We did appreciate your videos. So yes, we will do a new weekly challenge. Jeff White is who to talk to if you want that custom pad made. I'm curious how that does, what you guys think about it. I honestly think you will be very pleased if you get one. You can do different colors and everything. So
all the colors.
Very nice. Very nice.
We've been talking about it. I've seen a lot of really good like paint jobs and art and things like that people are really designing and putting a lot of effort into now the look of the Onewheel, which I think is really cool.
Really good point. And that is one of the cons. I don't go with the red. If you do Jeff White's pads, don't go. I was disappointed with the red, and I should have. I mean, it's nothing against him. I just told you I'm gonna be very honest. It's kind of like a ruby red. Feels a little like I'm going to change the grip tape as soon as I get some new grip tape. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
The grip tape effectiveness is not bad at all.
I know some grip tape you can buy from G-Spot brand.
Yes, you can. That's good. Very well said. gspotbrand.com.
That's our boy Braxton Blue.
He has grip tape available. They just got their launch out. But the actual effectiveness of Jeff's foot grip tape that is on there, it was equivalent to the Cobra Pad. It was the same type of material. It's not like I'm saying I don't like how it feels. I just wish the color was different. That's all. So, really impressed, Jeff. Thank you for sending that over, man. Really awesome ride. The way it rides is very nice. I've been digging it. I would recommend it to any friend of mine or anybody who's riding and wants a concave pad. Check it out. I think you'll like it. You got a couple options now. Really, there's a lot of options out there. So if I had to give my nod, I would give it to the Cobra, and for Jeff White's pads, 1 and 1A.
A tip of the cap.
Yep, a tip of the cap to both. So. We have to talk about. That's a good point. Belly and I want to do a makeover show.
A makeover show.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're doing a makeover show.
Are we
talking
making
about
over one of your Onewheels?
That would be cool. But I want to highlight, like you said, the different makeovers that have taken place in the community lately. It's been awesome seeing what people are doing.
Speaking of new grip tape, one of my favorite ones I saw recently was the Pickle Rick grip tape on the Onewheel. It
that
just
was
looked hilariously funny.
That's Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
That was really cool.
The other ones I've liked, there was that new one that had he made it out of an old, I think it was like a gas canister or something like that.
Oh, dude, it was a smoker or something he had out in the back, and he took it and made a fender out of it.
Very cool.
That was neat.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just tetanus waiting to happen, though.
Hey, man. Live your life.
No big deal. All right, so the next week's challenge, we have to do that before we say goodbye to you guys. Is there anything from the social media lounge before we do that to let them go?
Nothing too wild. They're talking about the footpads back and forth. 1 year just joined, so everyone's congratulating him.
Awesome. Oh, by the way, thank you for saying that. Once a year, yes, congratulations, you won. However, sucks to be you because you missed it by 1 week. I love you, buddy. Keep going. You can win twice in a row. I'm not saying you can't, but next week, the winner of the weekly challenge will receive a custom footpad from Jeff White.
Boom!
Boom!
Oh.
So while there was no challenges today, I didn't have it in place by the time we put the challenge out. Vendors are starting to hit me up. So it's really neat. Jeff wants to give a footpad away to this coming week's winner. So once a year, again, congratulations for your awesome submission. Everybody who submitted videos, thank you guys. Continue to do so. It's really helping the community grow because really, even only if 8 people submit videos, like hundreds of people are watching this. I can see it on the back end. And they're out there trying. Just because they're not submitting a video doesn't mean they're not trying what you're doing. They're not trying what we're showing, right?
I think they will submit a video.
They will. I'm going to have different levels, okay? So if you're wondering, man, when is this going to get harder? Or, man,
that's what she said.
When is this going to get easier?
Also what she said.
I'm going to vary them each week, and we're going to actually start grading them like this is a green circle, this is a blue square, this is a black diamond, this is a double black diamond. Okay? So next week's challenge, first of all, the winner will receive a custom footpad from Jeff White. So thank you, Jeff. That is awesome. We appreciate you doing that. If you'd like to see where you would need to go to do this, just head over to Facebook, search for the group Weekly One Wheel Challenges. That's all you have to do. I think we're at like 190 members after a week or so. It's awesome. People are joining very quickly, and it's spreading like wildfire. So go ahead and hop in there. It's really fun to see everybody post their submissions. The way it works is every week, can you scroll up? Every week I'm going to post the weekly challenge right there at the top. And then you need to, if you can click comments, Belly, you need to post your video right there in that thread. So it's all organized. We can find it. We can make a video at the end of the week and highlight it on YouTube, and then it'll live there forever. So, awesome new thing that people are doing. We're really stoked to see people jumping in on this. Head over to the Facebook group, Weekly One Wheel Challenges, and just ask to join. I'm pretty much just letting anybody in there. The only rule is just everybody get along, everybody love everybody, keep pushing. It's all about supporting each other, getting outside of our comfort zones. So I will post a new challenge today. I'm not telling you what it is, but you have to be over in the group where you can see that, and I will show you. I will post it by the end of the day. And then you've got a week to submit your videos. Winner, who is chosen by us, will receive a custom footpad by Jeff White. Now, Belly, that makes me a little bit nervous because I feel like people are going to get mad now that there's something on the line if we don't pick them.
Good. Let him get mad. Try and win next week. Sorry. No time for losers. We are the champions.
Belly Matt LaBelle is the voice of reason right here on the Voice of One Wheel, driving the train and making the ship run. Thank you, buddy. You did a great job today. Say goodbye to the people. We got to get out of here, man.
People, it's always good. Get out there. Have a great day. Enjoy. Do whatever it is that makes you happy.
Tomorrow.
And we'll see you for the Luch Dog in the morning tomorrow.
We'll see. We're talking about dancing. If you're a dancer, you're going to hate me. If you suck at dancing, you're going to love me. Either way, it'll be entertaining. We've got a lot for you. 10 a.m. Eastern right here on the channel TTR Studios. Belly is done for the day. He's off. He's going to start drinking around 2 p.m.
Yeah, that's about right. Maybe a nap first.
I'll go get my float on. I hope you do too. Thank you guys for joining us. Everybody in the social media lounge, have a wonderful day. We will see you guys tomorrow. Luch Dog in the morning right here from TTR Studios. This is the Voice of One Wheel.